Hey guys, it's Odysseus here and we are back with another top 5 beginner tips video. Whoop whoop! Now I've been recently playing Borderlands 3 with the crew. In fact, we've been playing this game so much that this may be the first PS4 game that I platinum. I can't wait to start it all again and try out all the other characters and playstyles. And that got me thinking, what would I tell myself if I could go back in time and give myself some tips when starting out? Well, these are those tips. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into my top 5 beginner tips for Borderlands 3. Tip number 5. Spend your money on SDUs. SDUs, or storage deck upgrades, are permanent upgrades to the capacity you can have of a certain thing. Most of the SDUs are for things like ammo capacity for a specific type of gun. The SDU upgrade station can be found at Marcus's weapon shop on the Sanctuary 3 spaceship. Now, these SDUs are very useful throughout the game, but early in the game, one of the good ones to increase is the capacity of your backpack. A great way to make money in this game, particularly in the early to mid game, is to pick up the items that drop when you kill the enemies. And we've also got to make sure you loot all of the chests you can find, and then sell your unwanted items at the nearest vending machine. The problem with this is, the backpack fills up extremely fast. So, if you're spending money you do get on increasing the amount you can hold in your backpack, you're effectively increasing the amount of money you can make in one trip. Bingo! Tip number 4. Spend your skill points on one skill tree at a time. The best skills are at the bottom of the skill tree. What more do I need to say? No, seriously. If you spend your points left, right and centre, then it will take you ages to reach the bottom of a skill tree. If you even do at all. And the longer it takes you to reach the strong abilities at the bottom of the skill tree, the less effective you're going to be in combat. Enough said. Tip number 3. Use your special ability often. What are you saving it for? It's on a short cooldown. If there are enemies, use it. This game is constantly throwing big fights at you, and you're going to need all the firepower you can get. Do yourself a favour and press that special button every time you enter combat, and keep pressing it occasionally throughout. Many anointed guns that you can get later in the game also provide bonuses for using your special, or bonuses to your special itself. Usually, before a big boss fight, there's a ledge that says to you, you're about to jump into some mayhem down there. If you need to, give yourself 30 seconds to cool down on your action skill. But other than that, you should be using that special all the time. Tip number 2. Vending machines. You don't need to buy from them. This goes back to spending your money on SDUs. Borderlands 3 is a very generous game loot-wise. It's constantly throwing loot at you, be it dropping from enemy mobs or bosses, or in the hundreds of loot chests scattered around the map. There's no need for you to spend money on vending machines. If you're doing missions, you're probably going to find a regular stream of current level items. You'll also get items as rewards from the missions, and if you use any of the gun brands a lot, after a certain amount of kills, the manufacturer will mail you loyalty rewards for using their brand. These rewards are always more weapons of that same brand. Having said all of this, there is one vending machine that does offer high gear score current level anointed items, and that is Crazy Earl's downstairs in Sanctuary 3. The downside of this machine is that it costs iridium to purchase any of the weapons, so I wouldn't do it unless you have an abundance of iridium that you don't have anything better to do with. Speaking of iridium, as a little bonus tip here, you might want to save 1,000 or so, because there's a gun that you get as a reward later in the game that shoots out 10 current level guns at the cost of 10 iridium. Is that a spoiler? Nah, I don't think so. It's just something to look forward to. Tip number 1. What weapons are you holding? The enemies in Borderlands 3 are varied, and so are the tools to take them down. There are 3 types of enemy health bar. All weapons do some damage to all of the types of health bar, but some are more effective than others. The red bar is their flesh, and this is most vulnerable to incendiary, which is fire type damage. The blue health bar is an enemy's shield. This can be taken down easiest with shock damage. The yellow bar is armor. This is most vulnerable to corrosive type damage. There are 2 other types of elemental damage that you may find useful. There's radiation damage, which basically poisons the target with radiation and then makes them contagious to all the other nearby enemies. There's also cryo damage, which slows enemies down and can eventually freeze them in place. Radiation, cryo, and to an extent corrosive are good, but the main ones I find myself using are fire and shock. At a push you might need corrosive for some enemies, but I haven't really found much of a need for radiation or cryo yet. Speaking of ammo types, it's a good idea to hold 4 different weapon types. That way, if you run out of ammo on your sniper for example, at the press of a button you're going to pull out the next type of gun and able to use that ammo pool instead. Another thing to think about weapons wise is, do you have a gun specifically for when you go down? It may be a good idea to have a good explosive weapon or a heavy like an RPG to get you out of that sticky situation. Well guys, that's my top 5 beginner tips for Borderlands 3. Please keep an eye on the channel because among other things I'll be putting out a video explaining the different weapon brands and the attributes associated with each of those. If you've got any great tips for us, please whack those down in the comment section below. Until next time,
peace out.